Hi everyone, I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the light bringers, and the soulpreneurs of this world to live their most magical life. So if that's you and you're watching here on my YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button below with the bell so you can get notifications for all the videos that I'm sharing here on the channel. And if you aren't subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure that you subscribe to that. Sometimes I share videos on there that I'm not sharing here on Facebook. So you want to make sure that you subscribe so you can get notifications for everything that I'm sharing over there. So how is everybody doing with everything that we have going on? I think that this is a really important week, and as we look at this energy, I feel like this is the culmination of all the questions that we have been asking ourselves throughout this entire period of quarantine and things sort of slowing down. There's been a lot of questions that have been surfacing through the process, and a lot of that, I think, for a lot of people has been pretty uncomfortable, right? Because when we're taking a step back and we're looking at our life and we're saying, is this where I want my life to be? Or we're taking a hard look at some of the things that we have going on in our life, that can be a really challenging time. That can be sometimes too, the universe has a way of making us really uncomfortable when it is time for us to shift things, change things, look at things from a different perspective, that kind of stuff. And so I think that so many of us have been dealing with that. But what I think is really key here is that these questions that we've been asking and we're beginning to find answers to. Do I think that we have all of the answers or total clarity on things? Absolutely not. But it is beginning to provide us with some answers, provide us with some clarity, provide us with some direction. And it's been really interesting to me to watch the way that each individual person that I'm working with, hi Erin, I think I saw my mom on here too, hi Mom, each individual person that I've been working with and watching their journey has shared with me in some way, shape, or form the way that this time in our history that we're going through right now has impacted them. Hi Anthe, has made them look at things from a different perspective or question things or explore things, right? This is really a time of exploration. This truly is the great awakening, right guys? And like the universe is shaking us awake. It is showing us the way. It is trying to help us to see what's next for us. So I really want you to take a look back through this whole process and ask yourself, what has been sparked within you through this process? Maybe you feel called to do something. Maybe you feel called to make some change in some way. Maybe you are excited about something new that you're bringing into your experience. Maybe you're recognizing that something that you have in your life currently is really important to you, and you want to do everything within your power to support that and ensure that, and have gratitude for that, and ensure that that's something that continues to be a part of your life. So there's a lot of different things happening here. What clarity have you found? Ask yourselves these questions. What clarity have you found? What are you now understanding better that maybe a few months ago you didn't quite understand? And again, I don't know that this is total clarity, right? But what clarity do you have now? And we are toward the end of the week shifting into Mercury retrograde. So this is kind of the gateway into a period of even more reflection, okay? But I think we have some clarity right now, and we're going to take that and we're going to let that marinate a little bit more through this Mercury retrograde period. So this is going to be, retrograde tends to be Mercury retrograde, a period of slowdown, a period of reflection, and I really see us using that at its best to allow us to process on a deeper level some of these questions, some of these answers that we're finding ourselves getting. What do you need moving forward? That's another one. What do you need moving forward? What's most important to you? What do you want to have continued in your life? What do you not want to have continued in your life? And maybe you're not sure yet still, and that's okay too. Continue to allow the process. Clarity comes in its own divine timing. What do you feel called to do? A lot of us have felt called into action in some way. What kind of action have you been called into? And how do you feel called to continue that? What do you feel called to do moving forward? And noticing and paying attention to that. Hi, Joy. And what have you learned through this process, and how are you going to continue it? How are you going to apply it into your life, right? Because sometimes we can have total clarity, sometimes we can learn things, but when it comes to actually applying it to our lives, that's where it becomes challenging, right? When it comes to like that follow through. So what have you learned? How do you want to be better? How do you want to do better? How has this shown you how you can be better? How can you be a force of love here in this world? So those are the kind of questions that you are strongly encouraged to let yourself process and really think about, and see what kind of answers come. And over the next month or so, allow this Mercury retrograde to really foster a deeper clarity within that, okay? So we want to allow that. So we're going to dive into the cards. So the very first card that we have here is a theme card, and this is the Raven card, okay? So the Raven card says, prepare for change. Change is coming. I've been talking about this, right? We are in a place where things are breaking down so that they can be rebuilt in a better way. Prepare yourself. This is happening on a collective level. This is happening on an individual level. So how do you want to rebuild things? How do you, I come back to like this concept of this one day that my kids were playing with their Legos, and one of them took apart the other brother's Lego that he had built, and then he was very upset about that. And when that got rebuilt, they both were very excited about it. And he said, one of them said to the other, you made it even better. And that's what I see here for us, is what we're rebuilding. While we might be upset at first, we're making it even better. So trust that and believe that and have faith in that, and try not to slip down too much into the fear, okay? At all the changes that are happening, at all the shifting that is happening on the collective level, and probably on that individual level as well. Then we have the Justice card, okay? For me, it's really interesting because like the energy that I feel with this, yes, individually, I feel like justice being served in some way, shape, or form. So some of you who are waiting on justice in some way, who are waiting on something to be balanced out or fair, this can be arriving into your life. But here's what I feel like this is on a collective level, is truly, 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 there's an energetic war happening right now, okay? We have the light and the love versus the darkness, the fear, okay? And this truly is a battle. And every time that we allow ourselves to sink down into the fear-based energy, we are really rooting for the other team. At least I hope that's not your team, right? And every time that we choose to love, every time, excuse me, every time that we choose to love, every time that we choose to be kind, every time that we choose to do something from a light-based energy and to not sink down into that negativity, we are soldiers of light. And this is what we really want to be, is soldiers of light, right? And so I feel like this is us creating that balance, creating that justice that needs to be served, right? Winning this battle. And I think that it's really, really important, and I keep saying this, but it's so key that we are focusing on what we're putting our energy into. What energy are you feeding, and where do you need to make adjustments? In your thoughts, in your life, in your actions, in your behaviors, whatever it is. But where do you need to make some changes so that you can be a soldier of light? So the next card that we have here is the Seven of Fire. And this is about us really standing strong in our truth, okay? Standing our ground when we need to, but also choosing our battles wisely. There is so much energy right now that is just fueling arguing and anger and misunderstandings and people being truly, truly unkind and quite frankly awful to each other, right? So we need to be very careful, and we need to choose our battles. Sometimes what you have to say doesn't need to be said, especially if it's not kind. So think about what you're saying, and sometimes, by the way, you don't have to drop to another person's level just because they are treating you badly. Choose to rise above it. Choose to not put your energy into that, okay? Choose to not engage in a battle that you don't need to engage in. It's not that important. What's really important to you? So I really feel like this card showing up here is about that. And then when it's really important for us to set boundaries or to stand strong in our truth, that we also are doing that, but that we are doing that with love and with kindness, because that's a really different energy than standing strong in other ways. The next card that we have here is the King of Air. Okay, so to me, this is us finding clarity. This is us having a deeper understanding of where we want to go. And this is us having an understanding of specifically how we need to change our thoughts, how we need to see things from a different perspective. Maybe we are seeing things from a different perspective and we have some more clarity to it. We are allowing ourselves to be shaped by this period in time that we're going through to help us to be even better in the territory of our thoughts and our thinking and our perceptions and the way that we're viewing the world. Are you allowing yourself to learn from other people and to hear their stories and learn from them? You know, sometimes it's better to just be quiet and listen, right? Where are you listening? Where are you learning? Where are you letting yourself see things from new perspectives? Because this is a way that we grow. The next card that we have here is the Eight of Water reversed, okay? So I do see us searching for meaning. We're searching for meaning right now. And I think that we're finding it. You know, we're starting to understand. We're beginning to understand what's meaningful, what's important to us. And can we stay in this? Can we honor that? Can we put our time and our energy into the things and the people and the circumstances that are most important to us and let the rest fall away? The next card that we have here is the Ace of Water. This is a great energy right now to support and foster beautiful development of relationships. And I don't necessarily even mean romantic relationships, although this can be, but this is just relationships across the board. This is like our collective relationships. If we can use what we have going on to bring us together rather than to break us apart, this is where the light wins. This is where the universe moves in the direction that it's destined to go. This is where we step into what I'm calling the Great Awakening, which moves into the Golden Age, where we're more joyful and we're more connected to our light, and it's just a better experience overall for all of us. And it starts with choosing to be in this together, choosing to support one another, to love one another, and as a general rule, to be kind and to be loving. So this is really important, and I think that there's a lot of energy to support that here in this week. So if we can focus on it, we really can tap into that. And then we have the Wheel card. Okay, so the Wheel card is about us moving forward. Lessons have been learned. You know, not that we have clarity on everything in our life, because when do we, right? It's like one thing happens, we learn, and then we move forward, and then other lessons show up. So we're moving forward from some of our lessons. We have learned some things, we have shifted some things, we have found some clarity, and we're moving forward. This is a moving forward, a time of positive change, a situation moving forward in a way that makes us happier, in a way that is more in alignment with our best life path. So this is a really positive energy. This is like, the card itself says fortune is on your side, right? And I feel like that. I just feel like good things, positive things coming our way. And then this last card that we have here is another theme card, and it is the Snake card, okay? So it says living according to your divine essence, right? Honoring who you are, honoring what's most important, and not allowing anybody else's energy, anyone else's situation, circumstances to impact who you are, in this understanding that you are love, and that you are here to be, again, a soldier of light here on this planet. And you know, allowing yourself to stand strong in that, because the more that we just allow ourselves to embrace this, to embrace our divine essence, which really is like we're created in the light of the divine, right? And so we all have that within us. And the more that we're tapping into that, the more that we are making an effort to be that here on earth, this is where we create some really beautiful and positive change here on earth. So those are your messages for today. If you guys like this video, make sure you like it. Make sure you comment below or share this video, whatever works best for you. And I will see you guys soon with another video. Take care, guys.